Welcome back to another video. Today for the video, we're going to talk about what we were going to talk about yesterday for Bible study at school. And I was going to post that video like I started doing, but we didn't have Bible study yesterday because our school was doing programs and blah blah blah. Our time got taken up and unfortunately we couldn't do that. So today I'm going to talk about how God can change you in an instant. For example, everybody thinks that the heroes and the characters in the Bible were all of a sudden just heroes. Like they didn't have to go through any struggles, they didn't have to suffer, they didn't have to do nothing. But if you go back and if you look at it, Moses had stage fright. Moses was the man who parted the Red Seas and did many more acts and many more big things for God. Moses had stage fright. David, which was probably smaller than me, I'm 15, I'm 5'8". David, scientifically researched, he was 4'11". Goliath was scientifically researched 7'11" plus height, which was a giant. David brought a rock to that sword fight. David had nobody on his side. Goliath had a whole village on his side. And today, I'm sorry for getting straight into the video, but I feel like God has really been talking to me a lot about like running away. People, and I feel like I'm talking to myself too, how we're all guilty, we're all running away, but everybody has a purpose and God can change you in an instant, but you have to want it. We continue to go into the Bible. Jonah from the belly in the whale, he got called to go and teach and preach to a city known for violence and just a very sinful city, and he didn't want to go because he was scared. So as a consequence, God put him in the belly of the whale for 3 days and 4 nights. That is a long time in the belly of a whale in the ocean. And then he just got spit up. And then he went on to preach and teach. So, saying all that, God can change you in an instant, but you have to want to be changed. Because if you don't want it, he's not going to give it to you. And while you're being changed and while you're teaching, it's not going to work unless you have faith. Do you think I'll be making this YouTube channel? Do you think that I would be making these Bible clubs at school if I didn't have faith? It doesn't just take faith, but I heard a preacher, goes by the name of Micheal Todd. Y'all can watch him on YouTube. He says crazy faith. It takes crazy faith to get up in school and teach and bring a Bible into a public school. It takes crazy faith to read scriptures. It takes crazy faith to believe and get together and want to see the change. Today, as I make this video, God's telling me stop allowing people to eat off of your plate. Stop it. In other words, those people that you want to see change, the people that you want to help, but they don't want to help themselves and they can't change, stop. Just stop. You're wasting your own time. But instead, go in a quiet room, in a closet, and pray for them. Go pray for them, because prayer does work. I know I'm only 15 saying this, but prayer does work. And there needs to be more kids like me. I'm not calling anybody out. But as I make this video, I hope I can encourage people to want to be changed and to actually step out into faith, because one day when you die, when you're gone and your family's mourning, nobody knows if you truly go to heaven or hell. But I pray each and one of you go to heaven. I pray my family goes to heaven, my friends. But by saying that, the things you do right now determine if you go to heaven or hell. You don't know when your last breath is. I could pass as soon as I get done making this video. I could go, I could disappear. Who knows? You don't know. God only knows. And it takes faith to know that. It takes courage to step out and to get laughed at. I get laughed at. People make fun of me at school because of what I do. But I don't care, because I know one day when it's all over, it's up to him. It's up to me, what I did in school. if I let those people that laugh at me determine what I did. Because those people that laugh at you, your so-called friends, they're not going to allow you to get to heaven or hell. They probably don't even believe in heaven or hell. God determines whether you go to heaven or hell. And that is by stepping out in courage. That's by stepping out in faith and being obedient to him. That's why I'm 15 making this video. That's why I'm making these videos. That's why I'm making clubs and schools and trying to teach and preach and trying to be the light in the darkness. Because nowadays this world is really, really dark. They got 5th graders that are atheists, 5th graders that are homosexual. They got kids that don't even know the true love and peace and joy that comes from God. Because when you get it, you never want to leave his presence. And yeah, we sin daily, but God will run after us. And he will never stop loving us. He will never leave nor forsaken us. And when you think you can't make those clubs in school, when you think you can't make it through the day without temptation, remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. And yeah, though you walk through the valley of shadow of death, we will fear no evil, for thou art with us. Thy rod and thy staff comfort us. And we are so grateful. That's why we need to get busy. We need to get on our word. Because when the enemy starts to attack us, all we have is the word to fight him with. Yeah, we can pray and we can call, but we also have to be there to fight. We have to understand what we're going through to get through it. Because if you don't have that light, you're not going to get through the darkness. And allow God to make a change in your life. Everybody has their own ways of allowing God to make changes. My way was putting down the phone, putting it on D&D, do not disturb. Stop chasing after people. If they don't want to be helped, don't help them. But pray and pray and pray and study your word. Because that's all we have at the end of the day. All we have is the word. And you always have a one direct phone call straight to God. When your mama won't answer the phone, when your dad won't answer the phone, siblings, best friends, girlfriend, boyfriend, when nobody will answer the phone, he will always answer the phone. That's why we have this thing right here. Some people use it too much. Some people, I might be one of those people. Some people use it too much. But he gave it to us to pray and to preach and to teach, because nobody understands how dark this world actually is. I don't even truly understand, but trust me when I say this world is dark. And allow God to make that change in you. Because if he can change those people, if he can change Moses, and if he can pick 12 outsiders that nobody would have thought, 12 outsiders, that was a tax collector, people that were in debt, people that didn't even believe, if he can choose those people, he can choose you, and he can make a change in you. But you gotta want it. You gotta be hungry for it. You gotta be on fire for it, and you can't let it go, because it's all we have at the end of the day. It's all we have, and he loves you so much. Please don't ever forget that. And I thank each and one of you for watching this video today. It was a different type of video, but I feel like I got the point across. So allow God to make the change for you. And if you made it this far in the video, please allow me to pray for you, pray with you. I'm going to pray right now. So God, as I made this video, God, and as the people, God, that are watching it, I ask that you open their ears and open their minds fully to you, God. God, let's be hungry for you, God, and let us understand how dark this world actually is, God. God, allow us to let you make that change within us, God. Help us to be leaders and not followers, God, and not think when anybody thinks about us, God. Give us the strength, courage, and wisdom we need, God. Give us the tools we need to be obedient to you, God. God, give us the courage to step out into faith wherever we are and be bold to say, I believe, and be able to teach anybody who doesn't believe. And God, I thank you for everything you do. In your precious and holy name, God, I do pray. Amen. So I thank each and one of you for watching the video. And I leave you with the one big question. Statement, question, whatever you want to say it is. God can make a change in you. God will make a change in you. But will you allow him to make that change?